it's your girl Trina Burns, host of Leaks Let 'em Know show on Leak, and you are watching the Winner's Circle podcast.
Winning. All we do is winner. On the winner's circle. All we do is
This for my money makers, use it to educate.
We winning.
Movers and shakers, tell them how you get into the paper.
on the winner's circle.
On the winner's circle.
On the winner's circle.
This for my money makers, use it to
All we do
educate.
is
Movers and shakers, tell them how you get into the paper. On the winner's circle.
On the winner's circle.
Yo, what up? I'm your man OC the Great right now, right here. You just tuned in to the Winning Circle. At this present time, my host is not here. I am one of the co-hosts, better known as OC the Great. My other co-host that be with me is called Big Famous. He's not in tonight. And also my DJ Tough Tone. Nobody's here but me and my executive producer, which is Mrs. Pure.
What up, though?
So we got a real special person here tonight with us, Mrs.
B. That's what they say. Well,
Mrs. B.
Mrs. B, also known as Trina Burns. That's what I go by. Trina
There it
Burns.
We're gonna jump right into it, you know what I'm saying? So let's go here first. We ain't gonna go to the book yet. We gonna
Okay, all right.
let the people know a little bit about you.
Okay.
Are you from Michigan?
Oh yeah, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Born and raised there.
Okay.
Spent some time in VA. You know how
Mm-hmm.
when your mama's side live over here and your daddy's side live over there, you get
yeah.
a mixture of all of it. You know,
Yeah.
east side, west side, all that.
So are you a west side or east side, or you just all like gumbo just mixed
I
all
mean,
on?
I'm gumbo mixed up, but it started from the bottom. Now I'm here for real.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you what did you go to school on the east side, west side, or you went to both?
School was east side. School was east side. Actually, high school was west side, but I lived on the east side. So,
Oh, okay.
I was
What school you
cross
go to over
town.
there?
High school was Murray Wright.
Okay. Oh,
Right, high
okay.
school.
Yeah.
Crosstown bus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Did that thing.
Okay. So now, what made you, decided you wanted to publish a book, to write a book? What pushed you to say, I'm gonna write this book?
Well, I'm glad you asked that because it wasn't an idea that I had myself. Although I've been a writer like most of my life, most of my childhood, I've journaled. Journaling was something that I would escape
Okay.
and go to. But it was my therapist. I mean, to be honest and bluntly, I even put it in the book. It was her. It said, you should write a book after going through my journal and dealing with things and confessing things to her,
Right.
that I had gone through. And
Right.
she's just like, you need to write a book. This needs to be a book. Put your journal in a book. And I was
Right.
like, what? A book? I ain't trying to let him know. I'm like, I ain't trying. She's like, this could help so many people, and this can do this, and this can do that. And I was just like, I'm trying to heal.
Yeah.
And, and she just was like encouraging me. And she just planted a seed, she planted a seed. And I started to think, me being an empathy person, I started to think like, wow, what if I could help somebody with, with something? So I started to ponder it and research it and start to write and dialogue. I wasn't really telling anybody what I was doing. I was on my phone just typing, editing, and doing stuff. And, and it just almost got finished, and it just happened. It happened in a point in my life when things were really dark.
Okay.
And it was like, it's either I'm going to do this or I'm not going to do this. It was like writing again was something that it was an escape. So I was like, instead of writing in my journal or writing this, let me go on and write this book.
Yeah.
Because she was applying that pressure. She was applying that pressure on me. So just wrote it. I wrote it.
So,
It felt good. 6,000 pounds lighter. It felt good.
so can you? Oh, let me see. I have one right here. Y'all see that? Make sure.
Who is Mrs. B?
Where can I get this book at?
It's on Amazon now. Unfortunately, I had to revamp my website. It was hacked
Oh,
a
okay.
couple of times, but it's on Amazon now and soon to be on Barnes and Nobles as well. So
Okay.
if you have Kindle, you can read it. You can listen to it right from Amazon. And if the price just went up though on the
Price
book.
went up.
It's been out a year, so at first it was $14.99. It's a little over $19 now. So
Okay.
the price went up, and that's with
Yesterday's
the
prices.
cost of everything going up. So I mean,
Yesterday's prices is not today's. That's what Fat Joe said.
it happened. So I was like, okay, well, we gonna go ahead and see, keep it under 20 for my people.
Right, right.
I told them to keep it under 20, so it's a little over $19 right now. So.
Okay. So can you tell us a little bit about who is Miss B?
Well, Mrs. B, and I said this. I actually did my own interview on my channel, Leak News Local Detroit. So I actually did an interview, and the title of the book, it came from a place, like I said, I was in a dark place, and I was
Right.
even questioning myself, like, who is Mrs. B in that moment? And I was like, who is Mrs. B? Like, I was asking that.
Right.
And I connected it with, I'm married, my last name Barnes, but my maiden name is Blue. And at that time, we were in a place that we were facing a separation, and it was like, am I gonna be Barnes? Or am I gonna be Blue? And I was really fighting with that, like, who is Mrs. B?
Yeah.
And then dealing with trauma and relationship drama and all of that. I was trying to figure out, like, why am I always this trauma. So going into laying this trauma down, I had to deal with my relationships, and in that, I'm like, who am I? Who even am I? Who is Mrs. B?
Right.
So that's the name of it. But I had to throw that traumatized in there. It was mandatory. I tried not to, but it wasn't complete without the traumatized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me so you wrote the book and you do book signings and
I actually did a book signing back last February. February 6th, I made it a big marketing event and all of this. So I did a book signing. I had the drummer that, I had a drummer to share the stage with me. Trina to do a little stuff different. So it was a really good time. People came out and they were all like, just sign. You just write something. So each person, I was able to look at them, and it just the connection, the emotion.
yeah.
My father came, brought 2 copies and stuff like that. So I don't know who's
Family
all read
support.
it, but they, a couple people done said, wow, so I guess it's good.
So let me what else you have going on?
Well, well, I work. I work corporate America, so I'm working, usually 9 to 5, 40 hours a week. They say sometimes I do OT for the people because, healthcare power. I'm a healthcare power worker.
Shout out to all the healthcare workers.
Shout out to the healthcare
For
workers.
real.
What up,
Healthcare
though?
industry.
Real.
We doing it, and I
Yes.
work in administration, and my degree is in administration. So I it's a challenge. It's a challenge with what's going on in the world today. But who's better to face these challenges than somebody
Take my hat
that,
off to you, because man,
So
yeah, that's that. Yeah.
I do a little bit of that, but I also manage. I manage a Detroit artist and model.
Do you?
Yeah.
You do? What?
Yeah. Norian, shout out to Norian. Hey girl.
What up, though?
Hey girl, Norian. Yeah.
So what type of music do she do?
Well, she does R&B. She writes her own music.
Mm-hmm.
She's a songwriter. She's vocal recording artist. She's got this remix out that I produced, Fed Up.
Okay, you got to bring her here on the winning circle.
Fed Up by Norian featuring Scotty. She
Hey.
had a little rapper Slatty in and all that. So
You'll have
she's
to
doing
bring-
her thing. She's
You'll have
doing
to
her
bring 'em
thing.
in.
Okay.
Now, back to you. Man, that's amazing. You got the book, and then you got an artist, and then You work a 9 to 5. Yeah, that's
6 kids. I mean, throw it
Get
out
outta
there.
here.
No, let them know. Let them know. Let them know, brand six.
So, question:
Six
how do
kids.
you juggle everything? How do you
She said
juggle being an
6.
author? How do you juggle being a manager and
mother.
just a mother? That's full time there,
Full time.
and
She
a
said
corporate.
6.
Yeah.
6 kids. The oldest will be 24. I mean, he even gave me 2 grands, but they live out of state. So
Yeah.
it's that, we get that bond on the phone, FaceTime.
FaceTime.
And then, I only got 3 at home. Just 3 at home. It's 6 of them out there, but it's only 3 of them at home that I'm managing and managing myself, managing the
Hey, you
artists.
doing it.
I'm just,
That's
I
a
don't like
lot.
to cook though, I don't like, I don't like to cook. We hit China one.
Right.
We hit China one and things like that. But it's a challenge, but it gives me something. It gives me that drive every day because I battle depression, and
Right.
I've battled depression, anxiety, PTSD from accidents, stuff like that. So my kids give me a drive, give me something to go for.
go
So
for.
yeah, and I got a 4-year-old, so I got a ways to go. She a Virgo like me, so
That's what's up.
so
Yeah.
got
That's
a ways
what's
to go.
up.
So, have you ever faced any roadblocks
Ooh.
doing what you do?
Yes. All the
Okay.
time. Like all the time. Most of my roadblocks I would say is related to fear. Like fear of, fear of failure.
Okay.
Fear of failure. Cause I'm somebody that have had failures, not necessarily failures, but just life has happened
life.
and I couldn't finish something, or something like that, hurdles and things like that. So I think fear has really, pushed me and held me captive a little bit because I was afraid to do, or I didn't see, the vision that others saw for me back then. But now I'm realizing wow, okay, I am okay. Well, maybe I did know a little bit, but I never really tooted my own horn. But now I'm letting them know. I got the Let Them Know show. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know. I bought that, so it's mine, and I'm letting them know now.
Have you ever thought about turning the book into a movie?
Wow, this is emotional because a year ago I got so many calls, even from my editor office. The editor, actually the graphic designer that designed this book, this was the last thing that he designed. He passed from COVID. And it was so much. I was I let all that trauma go. And then they called me oh, this and that. And I was it was so much trauma that came with the book and the release. And a few people did call me and was well, what are you going to do with this? Do you think you want to do a movie? Do you think you want to do a this? Do you want to reenact this and that? And I was just no, what? Let the book drop. What are you talking about? I didn't see it as a good thing. It was just so good and needed to get out. I was actually releasing a ton of stress, a ton of trauma.
Right.
So I didn't see that at that time. But now, it's wow. A year later, I'm wow. I don't know. Yeah. So I talked to a few people. I talked to La Brittany, Detroit artist. She came over, got a copy. I talked to her. She's do a movie. So people have said it, but I just haven't really sat down and wrote out anything. I definitely want to be part of it if I decide to do that, but I don't know if I want to be in the film, but definitely behind the scenes and writing, directing, and
Already there. I mean, it's you, so they can't do nothing without you.
oh well, I don't know.
They can't do nothing without you.
It's a bit emotional. I talk about my mom. She passed in 2018. So
That's in the book.
It is. I mention her in the book and how she inspired me to start my now nonprofit and different things like that. So it's an emotional journey. Okay. It talks about 3 marriages. So it's a little thin, but it's some stuff in there.
Packed it in there. You got it.
So did you go from what age in your book do you start from in there?
Well, it started around the age of 8.
Okay.
And with traumatized, it's I had to go back to when I first remembered trauma. And it was at that age. So I had to start there. I had to start there. So I start there, and I kind of I spiral into these relationships that I have, which consist of 3 marriages, So it's, yeah, it's a whirlwind.
Because I'm looking at the cover and I see that it has a book bag. And then I see it was a kid with a book bag. So that kid was you?
That was me. That was
So
me.
who is the other lady standing there?
That is me. That is me. And it's like the child that's there, the lady is a shadow.
Okay.
Like it's reflecting. Like this child has always wanted to be that woman.
Right.
And it's crazy as it thinks, or as you could put it into words. Because I was 6. I was 6 years old peeling potatoes.
Okay.
So
you can cook. No, I'm messing with you.
I don't like it.
Okay.
But I mean, I can feed the family, but it's like that 6-year-old girl. I was dreaming of being an adult. Like that was. You hear kids now like, I can't wait till I get.
I did
like
the same
I thought
thing.
that as a child, I thought that being an adult would make things better. Like
Right.
I thought that would get better.
Right.
So that's that reflection from that book bag and those things that's in that book bag. Because even back then, I had situations where I had to have counseling.
Okay.
And I had to have therapy.
Okay.
Even as a kid. So as a woman, it's like that book bag turned into a briefcase because now I'm holding it. Now I'm holding it. I'm letting them know. I'm not hiding it in a backpack.
All right.
So that was me giving the translation of my cover because I actually designed it in Word. And my graphic designer, this is what he did. Like even the cracks and the misses. Like I wanted those cracks in there. I wanted a road. I needed a yellow. And I needed her to have a fro. Like that fro was
Right.
important.
Because you had a fro.
That fro was important. It was
Right.
bad. And it was short. Like my hair was
Right.
So yeah, certain things was very important. I wanted them to know that I was really small, skinny, like my legs, all of that. So yeah, and then when it got to the woman, I was like, give me a little curve because
Right.
just a little curve. So I did that. And I'm glad. I'm so glad that I got to talk to him and we laughed. We did all those things because he's no longer here. Like wow,
Right.
like wow. So it was like releasing a lot of trauma and stuff, but.
What was his name?
I never mentioned his name. Lord rest his soul. His name was Alex. I'll just say his first name.
Okay.
His name was Alex. I met him through another friend, another writer, editor, and she kind of referred me to him. And we built this rapport because I wanted a website that was built and,
Right.
they were going to attract the crowd, and I wanted my book to go global. So we kind of connected and we talked a lot because he had to make a lot of changes.
Right.
I was a white girl first on the cover.
Oh.
So we went back and forth a little bit, and he helped me. Like he answered, and I mean he was there on beck and call. Like he changed things around, and
He gave you what you wanted.
He gave me exactly what I want. Like exactly what I wanted. Like everything was like exactly what I wanted, and I'm like, wow, to see this, it's like, wow, I got to do something because he was awesome. Like he was just awesome, and I still have the pictures of like when it was a white girl and she wasn't really thin, and I'm like, I know I need to be skinny. I need to be skinnier. I need to be
Right.
this. I need to that. I need drugs on the bottom. And, like I wanted drugs on the bottom of the bag, like
Yeah.
literally, like you can't put drugs up here in the middle. It got to be at the bottom of the bag, and it was so many little tedious things that we went back and forth about that right now I sit back like, wow, that was our relationship, he and I.
Right.
He's
Right.
gone, but I had that relationship with him. So God rest his soul. But wow, like who would have thought me writing the book, him, his last thing that he added it on, on earth. So wow. I don't even know if everybody even know that part, but yeah, that was something that
Well,
touched
he
me.
sure did a great job.
Yeah, excellent
with the,
job.
with the cover.
Yeah.
So traumatized. You go back to, you say 6 to 8. 6 to 8. Do you
Around-
mind talking about anything?
No, not at all. Around 8 years old,
Okay.
I put in the book. I can remember. I don't know if I was 8. I don't know exactly how old I was, but
Right.
8 is like that. Is prominent in my head and my mind. I did talk about being a little girl and seeing the devil under my parents' bed. So
Wow.
that was something that,
Did you see the devil? Really see the devil?
like,
Because I
I
be seeing
really,
shit too, though.
I seen them. Like, I really seen the devil. Like, I seen them at a young age,
For sure.
and I was traumatized from it. I didn't ever told nobody. He never, and the thing is, he never messed with me. Like, he never messed with me. I wasn't really afraid of him like that, but I saw him and he was, and I was like, I never talked to him. He never talked to me. He never bothered me, but he was just there.
What the
Like,
devil look like?
devil was just there. This big, brown, beastie, fiery looking, just monstrous. Like,
Okay.
it was real, like, monstrous for me. And crazy thing is, I would go and look under the bed for him. Like, I would go look, like,
What
he's
up,
still
nigga?
there. He's still there. He would stay in that same place. And I've always seen this picture in the back of my mind, try to forget it, but that's dementia if you forget. But you can't really
Right.
forget, for real.
And this was up under your mom and dad bed.
Yeah, so this was like under my mom and dad's bed. But as I studied more and went through, psychology classes and things like that, it was almost like I would hear the fighting that went on in that room. So that
Okay.
that was something that I would say, like, I put things in my head and I used to write a lot, and going back as an adult and reading my younger journals, it's
Yeah.
like, wow, who is this kid? Who is this kid? What? She need to be what? So, and it's just I practice letting it out, because who can imagine if I let all that stuff just hold it all in. So I would journal. I would just journal. So I don't know why the devil was there, but the devil was there under my mom's bed.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all devils look like, but mine was ugly. Like, he was very huge and ugly,
Right.
fiery,
Yeah.
like that firewood red
Shit.
devil. Hennessy. This what he was. He was
That
this
nigga look
color.
like Hennessy.
He was that color. He was that color. Like,
Right.
he was really that color. Like, he was the color of Hennessy, for real. For real. Fire.
So, would you say you was traumatized from then on, or just that moment of the situation just had you a little messed up?
Well, that moment had me messed up psychologically. I can remember as a kid, like, my grandparent, like my mother's mom, having issues, mental issues and things like that. So I can remember certain things and me thinking I'm crazy a little
Right.
bit,
Right.
because I had those people around me.
Right.
And at the time, they didn't call them crazy or anything like that. They just would, tap and do their thing and take their meds. And it was just life around me happening. So much adult stuff was happening around me. And I was just like, I was so lost. I could never put the puzzle together. Like, I was going through life not knowing who was who, not knowing which grandma was my mama's mama or my daddy's mom. I had a lot of questions as a kid, but I was silent because I had so much other stuff going on, and I couldn't even get it out to ask the questions. So
Depression is
weird.
real.
it was just weird, and it's real. It's like
real.
real. Like, you could
real.
try to change it. You could try to change it, want to change it, but it's literally something that you have to actually accept and deal with. Like, really deal with. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, it's real. You got a clip for us or something? Did you have a clip for us?
I do. I mean, I could show you a little bit from my show, something recent. I talked about, the book a little bit. So yeah, I could definitely.
We're gonna run the clip. We're gonna run the clip, y'all. Check it out. Stay with us.
Check it out.
Alrighty. So we're gonna talk more about the book. We're gonna talk more about the book. And almost kind of like wrap that up a little bit.
Yeah, and then
And I want to talk about her. She got a.
Is that your chair over there?
Oh, that's the fucking the wind. I gotta put something up there.
I'm here.
I thought it was this year earlier.
It's the chair. It's the chair.
I was like, I
It's your
did this.
chair.
I said, oh, that ain't me.
Okay, so when we come back, so you want to be done with the book?
We can. I mean, we
Well,
can. We could tell them. I mean, we told them where they could get it and stuff like that. So that's good. We could talk about, I don't know, the channel. I want to talk about the channel.
Okay.
LEK. I'll let them know.
Okay.
The channel
Channel.
and stuff.
Yep.
What is the channel about?
Well, the channel is a channel on SDM Flix platform. So I'm a shareholder of SDM Flix, and I have a channel LEK on the platform.
Okay.
And I'm a host of the Let 'em Know show. And then I have Leak News Local Detroit.
Use all we gonna say all that. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's the.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, we back. We back. We glad that y'all would stay right here with us. You know what I'm saying? Right here in the studio with Miss B. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk a little bit more. You know, I'm gonna let her make her way to the flow.
Okay. He done gave me the flow, y'all. I gave me the flow.
Got the
mic. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited. I have this brilliant platform right now where I have a channel on the SDM Flix network.
Okay.
It's a new network. We just launched in November of 2021, so it's fairly new, but there's some heat going on and stuff.
All right.
Connecting with a lot of people, and we're just doing our thing. Everybody's in their lane. Everybody have their channels, and they're doing their thing, putting good content on it. So
You got so much.
we're just out there doing what we do. I mean, it's inspirational to help somebody. You know, to help
True.
somebody else is very inspirational. Even though I went through a lot, you know, and I was modeling and doing things when I was in my early 20s. Now that I have a model, and she's 20, you know, 20 plus a couple years and stuff. In case they are her age, but she, you know, and she's doing that. But I realized that I needed a me. You know, I needed a me back when I was trying to do this thing, and I was working for One Source Talent, and you know, giving them all my money, but I ain't make it to Disney. You know? Let them know that I ain't make it. But in those times that I was trying to do something, I saw something in now she's actually my business partner. Now we're like this league model agency. We're starting with ambassador. So she's really young, but she's the brain. I mean, she's a writer. She's talent. She's an artist. And I'm like, wow, you know, she blows my mind and what she could do. So I'm like, let's partner up. Let's go ahead and partner up. Why would I look for somebody my age?
Yeah.
When you got all this wisdom and, you know, you technology, all that. I mean, I'm getting older. So, you know, so we've partnered up, and she's working really hard. And I mean, I'm managing. It's a lot to manage, but it is what it is.
I ask you, what do you have a pickup like Facebook, Instagram, or any of that?
I do. I'm Trina Barnes on Facebook. I only have 300 and something friends. You know, because I'm corporate, so
Right.
it's like I don't know. People don't want to be my friend really. But my Instagram is Trina_Barnes_. I mean, I've heard that you shouldn't have underscores, but I kind of try to keep it because, you know, I manage artists, but I'm not that artist. I don't sing. I don't, you know, do all that. But yeah, they can check out my Instagram and stuff. They'll see Nori on there doing her thing, see the other models and stuff. So
Okay.
I keep my kids off of that. You know, keep the kids off the pictures and stuff like that. So kind of private. Don't seem like it, but I'm kind of private a little bit.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me about I know you do the Leak News. Tell me about that.
Well, Leak News Local Detroit. It is new news show, and basically we're putting out the good news. Like we're putting out the good news and knowledge, information. We're talking about entrepreneurs, business, finance, teaching people how you can become an entrepreneur. You can actually be a builder. You could do it. Like you could do things. You could come from nothing and make something out of that. You can actually network with somebody and market with somebody. Somebody can teach you something. You know, you got something that somebody else needs. So we're putting out the good news. We're talking about some good things too. We're talking about the traumas, the mental health. We're talking about suicide. Things that is happening.
Real.
Like things that's happening in our community that we don't get to talk about. And the people that's talking about it look like us. You know, they look like us. They're skilled. They're licensed professionals that's coming in and talking about things. really intense interviews. Really intense interviews. I'm kind of behind the scenes because I'm directing most of the episodes, but I come in and I talk about my book, I talk about trauma, but I'm more into, the fun and the relationships. I get the experts to come in and talk about, the suicide and all that, the violence and things like that that's going on. I really don't want to talk about what's going on in the news every day, like
Right.
the virus and all that stuff. I really want to leave that to who
Other
needs to
people.
discuss it, because I don't know if the information is true, false,
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
but what the information that we're putting out on Leak News Local, it's like we're really just letting them know. That's what it stands for. LEK is let them know. We're letting them know that it's people in the community that's giving back. It's people that's helping out. I just heard Kim gave money to a uh, one of the missions here for the homeless and things like that. So we're putting out the good news and the good things that's going on, even in the pandemic of the world. So some good things happening. I mean, music, art, all of that is happening, and I learned that art is a way to not escape, but it's a way to free people from the trauma and the violence and the drama that they've gone through. So a lot of artists been through a lot of pain. So and they express that in their art. So I'm just trying to build platforms so artists,
Right.
especially in Detroit,
Yeah.
that artists can, come out, put their music out and show it and deliver their music in a way that, can hit the community without the hate, without the, where you from
Right.
so much,
Yeah.
Right.
where you from, where you from. No, my show is let them know, just let them know. Even if wherever you from, let them know where you from and be able to rep that in a way that, you ain't got beef when you leave. So Trina Burns putting you on, and you ain't even got to. Yeah, you can let them know. You can let them know on Trina Burns. Let them know
Okay,
show.
so Leak, how do you watch it? Like, how do you go about watching the show?
Well, Leak is on SDM Flicks platform. It's on the network SDM Flicks. You will have to download. It is a subscription. Right now, it's at $5.99 a month for SDM Flicks subscription. I think the price gonna go up. Like that book went up. I think
Oh,
the
yeah,
price
it's
gonna go
gonna
up. So
go up.
people need to go on and jump on that SDM Flicks. Go on and download it to your phone. And once you have it on your phone, your TV, you can watch it anytime. It's other stuff on there too. There's a movie, Cain and Abel's on there. You can see
Oh,
that. It's also on Amazon. Like, and it's multiple platforms. We're going where you can come on this platform and get on that platform, and it's
sure.
multiple platforms. Let the people see it. Let's
yeah.
go global, all of us. Let's
Yeah.
let's do it. So that's what we're doing. We're connecting and building brands and just helping each other get through the
Yeah.
get through the weeds of it
Yeah.
all, and let's come together. We shall overcome. Black History Month, rep.
So who inspire you? Who inspire you to do all that you do? Cause you do a hell of a lot. So
Lots.
where did you get it from,
Yes.
or is it just
I
natural?
mean, I have a dad that's in counseling and made a career of it, and he's also preacher, teacher. I'm a PK, so
Okay.
we the baddest out here. The PKs are the baddest. We the baddest out here. We done done it all, seen it all. We just didn't get caught. So.
For sure.
So, I mean, with my dad being so inspirational with his doctrine and all of that, so he's all this and that. I'm his only girl, so he poured all into me. And then I had a mother that studied brains and heart, so it was just brainiac type stuff going on all the time.
Hold on, did you say brains and heart?
Yeah, she worked. She worked in neurosurgery and
Wow.
open heart surgery. So it's the things that they did, and I can remember her when she was in school making me come in the house and do flashcards all the time, and that was my punishment. But
Right.
Learning at
kind
the
of
same
like
time.
I kind of like, oh my god, the brain, ooh. So I kind of picked up stuff being in healthcare. I'm like, wow. So she was actually teaching me stuff, and I didn't even know it. I thought I was being punished, but now I
For
remember
sure.
it. I remember stuff. So I had brainiac parents and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just, I'm not really knowledgeable when it come to, the normal stuff. Like, what kind of car is that? What
Right.
kind of car was that?
Yeah.
It was a green one. It's, but
I know
on the-
your
on the-
mom really would have loved to see you doing all that you're doing right now.
I think she sees me. I
Yeah.
do. I really think she sees me. I think she's the fuel I mean, I have my little bracelet. Sometimes I wear of her, and I always put my blue on because that was her maiden name.
Okay.
But I really think she sees me and she's pushing me. Like she's still pushing me because this ain't. Sometimes I'm like, this ain't even me. It's God.
Right.
It's God, my mama, my grandma, all them.
For sure. For
you
sure.
know. So thanks to mention her. I miss her. I miss
Yeah.
her a lot, especially around the holidays.
Yeah.
Have my therapy every week.
Yeah.
Around the holidays. It's expensive. It's expensive, but it's worth it.
Right.
It's worth it because it doesn't change who you are, but it helps you to be who you supposed to be.
Right.
It helps you to get down in there and clean it out a little bit and
Exactly.
and be who you were set out to be. So I
Okay.
guess I think therapy. I'm not stopping. I ain't gonna stop it because I tried. I tried to stop it. It didn't work. So it didn't work. So I mean, and my therapist, she has she's even offered me to if she teaches that she want to put my book in the school. So it's like in college, like for a master's program. So it's like wow.
Yeah.
So she's a great inspiration for me. Yvette Chandler is her name. She's I mean, I went through so many counselors and therapists that she was one that we connected. We kind of connected. I didn't have to go through every little. She understood me. We kind of connected. She understood me. She met me where I was at, and sometimes she'll tell me like, "Nope, Trina, no, we're not about to talk about that. We're not about to talk about that. Turn the page, And I needed that. I needed that. She was like that. She was tough with me. Other people would just let me boss them around and. I paid them. I paid them my good money, and I just bossed them around. But now she like, look, no, you're not gonna do it. Put the hammer down. Put the hammer down. So we had conversations like that, and I listened to her. Because she's inspired me to do some things that I probably would have never done, like write that book. I would have never ever done that had she not pushed me.
Right.
So she know how to push me and pull me. So I'm gonna keep paying her.
Cause she sound like she's special.
She's special.
She's
special. She in the mentions.
Okay.
She's special.
So you got another book. You working on another book right now?
I am. It's actually finished.
Okay.
It's been finished for a while now. It's called SEP rated.
Okay.
And it did. I thought when I was about to start writing it that it was like I was gonna be separated, but then I fell in love again with my husband. So it's but it's so much mind over matter in it.
Okay.
And I talk about how meditation, diet, exercise. I talk about healing, mindfulness, and things like that. Like I really get in depth about some mindful techniques and things like that actually helps. It's like a therapeutic book, but it started off being like SEP rated. I don't care. And it's a heart. Like the cover is a heart and it's broken. And I got born arrows. And it's like the book is black. It was like... So when I was creating it, all this stuff, it was like, and and then, he had my soft spots and stuff. So, I was mad for like 3 days, 3 weeks. And, I started it. I wrote a whole book. Wrote a whole book. Went back.
About to let you have it.
Went back into, I think it's like chapter 10, when I went back and kind of came back and was like, wow. No, I just came back and was like, wow, I'm in love. Like, for real. Like, I was like, really, I was in love, but it was like, wow.
Right.
This what they talking about when you can't, you be talking and stuff. But
right.
You be talking and moving that way, but it was like, wow. Like, I was really writing this mindfulness stuff and meditation and focus stuff. And it's like, I really began to focus on my relationship. And it was like, wow. So I got another relationship book out there.
Okay.
Another relationship book out there. And it ends in love. I'll say that. It ends in love. Like, this one ended in some craziness, and then, but we never like split. We was talking that talk, but I'm still Mrs. Burns. That's what the B stand for.
Right.
Mrs. Burns.
So that inspired you to write that book. Who is Miss B?
Who
Yeah.
is Mrs. B?
That's
I was
what's
waiting
up.
to see, like, who is Mrs. B? I wanted to know too. I
Yeah.
wanted to know.
So I just got a few questions, and I know he probably gonna take it on out. But your show come on at what time?
Actually, my show is running live all day, 24/7. I'm on SDM Flicks. I have a live show just running constantly, and that's with the Let 'Em Know show. That's when I interview artists and they perform their original music and stuff like that. I chop it up with them and
For sure.
see how they doing. And I'm actually looking for artists that's interested in hosting the season. Like I'm giving artists 6 episode seasons. That's fly though. Like they have to be like dope. They have to let them know. They can't come like I'm about to mic check. No,
Wait a minute.
they gotta come and actually let them know. So
Start the beat over.
I got this one group. I got this one group that's really interested, really fly doing their thing in Detroit, and I'm offering them season 3. So we're gonna see how it go. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. You might think that 6 episodes is nothing.
That's
but
a lot.
It's a lot that Trina Burns is offering them, and if they could pull it off, I mean. I want to see them pull it off. I want to give them a percentage. I want them working. Like I want the network working. I want that channel working. I don't want to be the face of my channel.
Right.
Like I want to put others on, and it's a lot of talent right here in the D.
Yeah.
A lot of talent that need to go forth. And I mean, people need an opportunity. Ain't nobody got no money. You know, they ain't got no money
Right.
yet, and they need an opportunity. So. I just develop platforms that's gonna help them. I mean, I got a daughter that's an artist, but she don't really mess with me on her artist level. So
Okay.
and that's fine. But whenever she need whatever.
How old is she?
She'll be 21. Like she's almost 21.
So she don't know what she got right there.
I mean,
she don't even know.
I mean, she doing her thing though. I mean, she's
Right.
CEO of her own thing. I mean, she doing her independent thing.
Who is your daughter?
Big Dage. I mean, Big
Big
Dage
Dage.
is the name she go by.
Okay.
She doing her thing. I heard a few of the songs and stuff. She rapper and stuff though. So and they be having Hennessy and all that stuff. So I just I kind of stand back. But I mean, whenever it's time to rep, I'm repping. Like I'm putting the whole show together for her. Like
Oh, yeah.
for real. Oh yeah, I'm doing it. I can't do it for somebody else and don't do it for mine. I mean.
That's
Whenever,
true.
whenever she's ready, I'm not gonna push it. I did it real big senior year and all that stuff. But whenever she ready, yes. I mean, I'm definitely gonna put her in front of whatever she needs.
She can spit though.
She could spit, man. She could
Okay.
spit. One of her raps about me,
Is that
talking stuff. She said she's still gonna give me that Mercedes though. So,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah,
she said that in the rap.
yeah, she
Aw.
could spit. She could spit, and I found out my son was making beats, and I mean they doing this thing, and they doing all this creative stuff, keeping it away from me, and I just didn't know. They think they got it, they just got
Right.
it. They invented it themselves, but I was part of it. I think
Right.
it was in the chromosomes that they
Yeah.
doing their thing. But
Cause you know what? That's how it usually is.
Yeah.
But they
I
don't
know.
know though.
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
just think this they bright idea. They don't know
you
what's
know,
in
let 'em know.
planet.
I mean, we gonna let them know. It's inevitable that most of the artists out here they fire. I mean, they fire. All they need is that good backing behind them. And
Right.
my artist that I have, she actually wanted management. She's like, I cannot do this. I can't handle it. I don't want to handle it. I don't want to deal with this, and I don't want to
She
deal with the
just wanna
pressure of
be-
that.
She wants you to do
She
that, and she
wanted-
want to do what she wants.
She just wanted. She's
wanna be an
passionate about
artist.
the art. She's
wanna
passionate
be an
about the
artist.
art. She's passionate about writing music, and she wants to be a lingerie model. She is a lingerie model signed to Trina Burns. Like she's really out here doing it, like really doing it. But I have to put that filter on it because, they'll eat you up. They'll eat you alive when you out here trying to do something like that. But her vision is way bigger than, what you might see on the screen. It's way bigger than that. Like this girl she writing stuff that I'm sticking with her.
For sure,
I'm
for
gonna go.
sure.
I'm renewing contracts out here.
Yeah. How long have y'all been together for?
Well, I signed her back in I think like the end of 2020, but I really started working with her music like the summer of last year. Like
Right.
I just produced and did some stuff with her music because she had music out, but then she had different people saying I'm gonna help you with this. They was putting her music out, and she wasn't getting nothing. So
Right.
it was a lot going on.
Like, what
Um,
where the check at?
Yeah, that was going on, and it was like she was. I mean, she. You know, they were saying like, "I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you put your music out." And then next thing you know, she on their label and different things, and it was just
Right.
like, "Oh my god!" And I made her. You know, she had to go and get them off and get that stuff done herself. Like I guided her, but she had to actually do the paperwork.
Yeah, I need the release
and
form
get
from the company.
she had to go out and get her music back. So going through that and waiting and
Right.
and email and waiting and doing all this and BMI, you know, all the stuff that she had to go through. She like, oh yeah, I'm not. Ain't nobody helping me with nothing. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody to hear nothing, see nothing.
Right.
So now she learned. She learned early. She learned early. She learned early. Like they'll take your music and put it out, and you'll have your picture and all of that. Like you they artist and all of that. So, but yeah, she signed and she's just like she tell me all the time that she's rocking with me. And my oldest son told me like, Ma, I think she loyal. So
Right.
I think she loyal. So that coming from my oldest son is like, yeah, because that's my backbone. That's my accountant. That's my, you know.
Right.
That's my man right there. So if he told me that, I'm like, wow. And she don't steal, so I'm good. She don't steal. I was just like,
Man,
I'm like, you at the crib, you know, she don't steal, like
she ain't snooping around.
she ain't in the drawers, you
Yeah.
know,
Right.
opening doors, none of
Yeah.
that. And she know how to cook. My kids love
Right.
love her, you know. So she doing her thing. She's doing her thing. I'm very proud of her. I tell her all the time, like, I'm so proud of you because you took a chance on you. Like she came, like I know I need help. I need help. I ain't got it. I need help. And that was me. I saw me, so I was like, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna go ahead and help you out with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what's up.
what's up?
That's what's up.
You heard it right here first on the Winning Circle podcast.
Winning circle. I'm on the winning circle.
You know, you gotta be a winner to come on
I
this
mean,
show.
you know, bump into a winner in
You
the
hear
winning
me?
circle. Look at that.
Uh-huh.
That's
what
what's
we
up.
do.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes,
You're welcome.
yes.
You're welcome. See y'all next week. Stay tuned. We out. Peace.
Winning.